everyone, Jackie here with Enjoying Life's Journey. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to start a new monthly goals report. If you remember a few months ago when I was getting ready to have my surgery, I went over some of the goals that we had for this year. So I thought a great way for me to kind of keep myself accountable was to share with you guys every month kind of what goals I was working on, how did I do, and what are the goals moving forward for the month or for the next year or so like that. So I'm going to break it into 3 key areas, and then we'll have subcategories within that area. So the first one's going to be personal, then we're going to go into the home, and then we're going to go into career or business. First one for personal goals, I'm going to kind of break these into 3. So I have my health and well-being goals, my education or personal development goals, and then I have my fun, my recreation goals. The first one of health and well-being. So if you guys remember, I had a major reconstructive surgery basically a couple months ago. So how am I doing with that, and what are some goals moving forward? Okay, so since my surgery, I am almost 3 months from having the surgery. So since then, I have had an ultrasound and another follow-up with my urologist, and everything is looking good. The kidney is able to drain. The thing is though, because they basically had to detach the ureter, cut some off and then reattach it, there's no valve. So normally you have like a valve, so if your bladder fills up with urine, that valve stops it from going up into the kidney. No, I no longer have the valve, so my doctor recommends that I use the restroom more often, because what happens is if my bladder gets too full, then my kidney will get full, and that will put a lot of stress on there. So that's something new that I learned that I did not realize before. So everything seems to be working good. I do have one more follow-up ultrasound and one more follow-up appointment with my urologist. I had asked him on the last visit if I could start working out again. He wanted to make sure I waited the full 3 months just because everything was still kind of healing up. And then I should be good to go. I should be able to start working out if I choose to. I've just been walking a little bit, like I walk Arcadia to school. I've been having some weird pinching pain on the side. I've been having that for a couple years on and off. It kind of seems like it comes on a monthly basis, but it lasts for maybe like 4 days and then it goes away. Because I was dealing with all this stuff with my kidney, I just thought that pain was associated with the ureter over there. It turns out it's not. So my urologist recommended that I just go back to my general doctor and possibly see a GI, a gastrointestinal person. So I haven't scheduled that yet. So one of the health goals for May is, finish up the few appointments I have for the urologist, and then go ahead and just check with my general doctor and make sure everything else is okay on that end. And then otherwise, I am extremely healthy. All my blood work throughout all of this stuff and all of the surgeries and everything has been really good. I'm feeling good. So as far as working out, I'm just gonna continue to walk Arcadia to school. We are gonna be coming up on summer break, so she won't have too much school. So we're gonna try to at least maybe in the morning while it's still cool, kind of walk around the neighborhood or something, just so I can keep up with something, but I'm not gonna jump into anything big. I was gonna start going back to gym with my friend, but because we are trying to get a house, which I'll talk about in a minute, I don't want to spend the money yet. So yeah, that's kind of like health, some of my beauty type things, some of the goals. You notice I had my hair cut. My hair grows really fast. So I've already had my hair cut since having it cut the first time, and that was roughly 2 months later. So I could probably get my hair cut every month, but the goal financially wise is I'm gonna get my hair cut every other month. So for May, I'm probably not gonna get a haircut in May because I got one in April, but I will get a haircut in June, especially before the conference that I have coming up, and I'll talk about the conference here in a minute. But also, I used to get my nails done all the time, so I may get my nails done, not in May, I may get my nails done in June for the conference again. I'm going to talk about that here in a minute, because I do like to get dolled up every now and again. As far as my education, now I mentioned I was trying to read a new book every month related to either personal finance or business in general, sales, marketing, or related to my personal business as a travel agent. For the first quarter, I had this book and this book. I'm not going to go into detail. I have finished both of them. I had a third book called Profits First that I did read as well, that my friend I've been keeping up consistently reading every month. If you guys remember, in Easter weekend, I started this book, and I am almost done I have a little bit here. So the goal for May is to finish this book, which honestly I could do this probably in the weekend. This is mostly right now I'm up to all the interviews, so I've just been kind of reading one interview a day. But I have 2 more books for the quarter, so I'm gonna start at least one of these in more depth for May. So I have Selling Cruises, Don't Miss the Boat. I bought this one more of like a reference guide. A lot of this information in here I've already learned and I'm already doing, so I kind of feel I didn't need to buy this book, but I have it. So I'm gonna kind of skim through it again and use it more as like a reference guide. So I don't know if I can learn anything new from there, but I'm gonna try to go through it. But otherwise, I'm gonna try to read this book, Crushing It. Gary actually has his own YouTube channel as well, which I'm subscribed to. So my friend Heather, because we've been doing quarterly business breakfast lunch meetings, kind of like accountability meetings, and we've been exchanging books each time. So she gave me this one to read. She said, again, it's a lot of individual stories and things like that, so I might just kind of skim a little bit through here. But that's the goal as far as my personal development, is to finish that other book and hopefully finish this book. So I'll keep you guys posted if I end up getting through that. And the last one is the fun category. So if you guys know, in October we have a cruise plan, so we're still on schedule, we're still on budget, we're still on track for the cruise in October. But as far as a monthly fun thing, last month, you know, we went camping a couple times. So this month what we have planned is Memorial Weekend. We're going to go camping because Ricky will have an extra day off for the weekend. So we are going to go camping at the lake. We've invited a few friends and their kids, and hopefully they're able to make it. So we're gonna do that. That's kind of at the end of the month. Also, Ricky and I still need to find out about babysitting. Around the weekend of May 12th, I believe, the 12th or something like that, we are gonna go out with a friend to celebrate a special occasion for him. So it's kind of gonna be a date night slash out with friends night. If you guys saw last month, the first Saturday of the month, Home Depot does a free kids workshop, so we're probably going to check that out as well. So that's pretty much what we have planned for the month. So basically this weekend, we'll probably take the girls to the free workshop, and then the next weekend we're going to have a babysitter, and we're going to go out for at least one night. We'll have another week off, kind of not doing anything, and then we'll go camping the other week. So that's kind of what we have fun planned for the month of May. And then within the home, physical home goals that we have for the physical home are personal finance, and then the family. Physical home. So last time I mentioned that we were content, we liked our apartment, we were going to stay here, we were saving down payment for a house. And if you've watched any of my budget videos, you'll know that we decided to buy a house now. I reached out to a lender just to kind of see where we stood, how much house could we afford, what could we get approved for, what was our credit looking like, all of those things, what would we need to do. And it turned out we are more ready actually now than I thought we would be. We're actually really close to being ready. So we should be able to start officially shopping for a house in June. So for May, for the purpose of the house, I've already submitted all the paperwork that needs to be submitted, so we're kind of waiting. So as far as the house, we're just waiting for a month. I'll keep you posted in June. I'm also going to do a whole separate series about buying a house and take you guys along the way when we are looking at houses and everything like that, so we're excited about that. So I might start this month, I might start going through some stuff and maybe packing up a little bit. The other one is our personal finance. So this is related to the house as well. So again, we're saving for that down payment for our house. So our down payment savings, we want to have at least by July, we want to have at least $5,000 put aside for the down payment, and we will be using a combination of that and some of our emergency savings, which I know is not ideal, but that's kind of what we're going to be doing. And then for the rest of the year, we'll end up replacing whatever we use out of the emergency fund. But overall, you guys, our overall financial journey now, if you guys watched back in 2014 when I started the channel, we just started the journey of getting out of debt, getting out of my dad's house, and finally making something on our own and accomplishing things on our own. So we've accomplished so much, so it's always a good idea to then, you got to make new goals, you got to make bigger goals, or then you're going to kind of and stagnant and you're not going to really do a whole lot. So now our ultimate goal now, because I've been learning and I've been reading a lot of these books, is financial freedom. So I'm going to do a whole separate video on the 7 phases of financial freedom and where we're at. I'm going to do a video on the 7 baby steps that we're working and where we're at. But basically, we're working Dave Ramsey's baby steps, so we're going to continue to do that. And then we're working our ultimate goal is that financial freedom. We're creating that income for life type thing. So I'm going to share that with you guys in more detail. But as far as the goal for May, I showed you our budget. So we're going to try to stick on budget. We're going to try not to spend more than $100 in the fun category to help with that as well. So family. So family, basically, like I mentioned, Ricky and I are trying to do at least once a month. We're trying to do something where we have a babysitter and we can actually get out, whether that's with friends or just ourselves. The month before we were able to do just a date night, you know, me and him, which is nice. Before, I only trusted basically one person to babysit my daughters, and now that they're older, I'm trusting a little bit more, so I can start gathering up a few different options or a few different babysitters that we can call on, and so we can start doing more date nights. So that's kind of like as far as family with Ricky, with my husband. And with the girls, like I said, we're going out camping more often. We're taking them to these workshops, so that's also building some of the relationships between us. So that's kind of how we're doing that. And then the last one in the career, basically, what are some of my goals related to my education and development for business and my career? What are some of the goals that I have for my travel agency business, and what are some goals I have for my YouTube channel? My education for my business, I am actually attending a travel conference, a travel agency, travel agent, travel related conference in Las Vegas in June, so June 13th, we're gonna be going to Vegas. So Ricky does have to work, so my best friend Vicky and her husband are actually gonna come with me to Vegas. Originally I asked them if they would want the girls at their house or if they wanted to come with me to Vegas, and it happens to be Louie's birthday weekend and Father's Day weekend, so they're kind of like the second parents to our children. So they're actually going to come with me to Vegas, and they're going to watch the girls while I'm at the conference. And then Friday night, so we're basically going to be there we'll get in on Wednesday and we'll be there through Saturday night, so we'll leave Sunday morning. So Friday night, I'm actually flying Ricky in after he gets off work. So he'll get off work and he'll have time to go change, and then he'll fly over, which is only about an hour flight. And then I'll pick him up at the airport on Friday. So then Saturday, while I'm at the conference and my classes and all of that, he'll have some time with the girls, and then Vicky and Louie can go do their own thing if they want, or they could all hang out. It doesn't matter. And then Ricky will be able to drive home with me on Sunday, so I won't have to drive home by myself. So that's kind of part of the education that I have, in addition to, you know, some of these books are related to that. So that's coming up in June. So really what the goal for May is, I'm paying my half of the room, or the little apartment thing that we're renting out. So for May, I'll be paying my half, and I'll be getting Ricky's plane ticket, so kind of the finances of buying everything. I've already paid for the conference, which is nice. So that's kind of May, is just doing that. Also, I believe the class schedule for the conference will be available sometime in May, so then I can start registering for what classes that I want to take. I have been purchasing kind of like more business attire, so I wanted to have at least, you know, an outfit for every day, so I need to get one more outfit before June as well. So goals for my business as a travel agent this year, I don't have too much stuff. There are a few people that I want to kind of reach out to and see if I can assist them in their group travel. So I'm going to try to make sure I set out time to meet with them and all of that. So that's kind of what May will look like. I'm not doing too much. I kind of really want to get into this conference and kind of make sure I'm heading in the direction that I want to head into, and maybe find a good mentor at the conference as well that can help me progress at a little bit faster pace. So that's kind of where that's at right now. Yeah, so I am a travel agent, you guys, but I do specialize in cruises. So if you guys are interested in going on a cruise, you can always email me and I can help you guys out. And then for YouTube, so what's my goal over here? So like I mentioned, we're kind of on that journey to financial freedom now. So the channel's Enjoying Life's Journey, so we've been sharing with you guys all kinds of stuff. We were getting out of debt, we did the journey of traveling in the RV, we had a lot of issues with the RV. Ultimately it came down to that wasn't the exact lifestyle we were looking for, and that's okay. So the channel progressing forward is going to be, I mentioned this in a few recent videos, basically talking about goal setting, personal finance, and I'll share a little bit about the minimalist lifestyle. There's not a whole lot to share. I've kind of shared, a lot already. So moving forward, our tagline, it may be Enjoying Life's Journey on the Way to Financial Freedom. So we'll be sharing more of that type of progression with you guys. So that's kind of the goal. The other thing is, because I am feeling much better and I'm kind of scheduling out my time a little bit better, I'm gonna keep trying to stick to, in April I did really well of posting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I'm gonna try to stay on that schedule for you guys for May. So we'll see how we end up doing. Yeah, so those are kind of like the 3 key areas and then I have 3 areas within those 3 areas of the goals that I have, kind of some of the stuff that we've accomplished and where we're at and what we want to accomplish for these next month or 2. So I'll check in with you at the beginning of June and we'll see how did I do. Please leave me a comment below. Let's get the conversation going, you guys. What are some goals that you have accomplished? Just go ahead and what have you accomplished so far this year, and what do you have planned for the next month or 2? Go ahead and leave me a comment below. I would love to see what everybody else is working on. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!